Drag is a creation and a celebration of however you're feeling.
It is beautiful and it is expressive.
I view drag as performative activism.
It shows you massive perseverance.
Drag is existence within a liminal space of femininity and vulnerability. Everything in my life is ruled by the fact that I'm a drag queen, and that becomes incredibly overwhelming.
Drag is basically dressing up and expressing yourself in a performance base. So if you like a song, you like a theme, a story, if you've got something to tell, drag is a way to express yourself. You can dress however you feel. There is no right or wrong with drag. Drag is a creation and a celebration of however you're feeling. Some people create drag as a persona, which would be a drag king, drag queen, drag XYZ, you know, so drag in its spectrum is about dressing up, putting on a performance piece based on a feeling, emotion, a song you like, whether it be for personal or for commercial reasons. So my name's Cameron, I am 26 and I work full-time in building management. I do drag as a part-time hobby, very expensive hobby. So for me, I think drag is the other side of me. Like when I'm in boy mode, I don't really, go around and make a big fuss or deal about myself. I keep to myself. Whereas in drag, I'm everybody's business. I don't shy away from people. I'm not timid or intimidated. I'm more dominant in my role. So for me, it's being able to explore and express myself and what I'm really capable of, and I'm happy with what I'm doing. I love where I am. I love the people I work with. I love being able to work with such a diverse performer background. Is just so incredible to see the way different artists work. I think for me, when I'm in full drag, it is uncomfortable. Drag is not comfy. If you think it's comfy, you're stupid and quit now. Quit. No, it does put you through your paces. It shows you massive perseverance, not only for yourself, but putting your body in all sorts of uncomfortable positions and, the amounts of undergarments and layers of makeup, constantly shaving every day. It does become very taxing. So in that side of things, like in the realistic world, it is very rough on you. So as we were saying, like the layers of makeup, you're totally gonna see it. You kind of like, as you grow, you kind of figure it out for yourself, what works for you. And I think a really important thing with drag is understanding your face and your bones, your natural bone structure and everything. So, yeah. I don't think there's a night that I haven't been on that, there hasn't been some form of slur or reaction to what we're doing that I haven't seen. Like just people that are uncomfortable with drag queens, but they think it's okay. I'll go into their home and make them feel uncomfortable, but this building is my home. It's like, I'm untouchable in this building. So I'm like, the only thing that'll happen is they will leave the venue. So it's like we open our doors up to everybody to get a glimpse into this world and to give them something different than they're getting anywhere else. and people still feel the need to critique and criticize and think that they know best. When hey, I'm here getting a paycheck. Like, just shut up and buy your drinks.
Peach Fuzz and I were here at the Imperial Hotel. Someone left a review on the website and they said those two queens on stage were completely incomprehensible. They sounded like they were probably drunk. But everybody, I can assure you tonight, we are definitely drunk!
To be a woman tonight.
Yes, you do.
Do you know, like literally every time before drag, I'm like,
no, it's the only time that I feel alive.
Just gotta calm down.
My name's Etc. Etc. I am 21 years old. I am a full-time drag queen. Out of drag, I am Oliver. My first few drag experiences was actually me attempting to get into clubs underage when I moved to Sydney, but I was too scared. I was like, they're gonna catch me out. And from there stemmed a love of makeup, a love of like costume transformation, blah, blah, blah. This brow, this subtle feminine brow.
Daytime brow.
And I went out in drag to a heapscape party at this venue on New Year's Eve 2015, and I was born.
Thank you for indulging our homosexual fantasies. And now to indulge some of your homosexual fantasies. Is anyone celebrating anything today? Is there any celebrations, any birthdays, any hens, any engagements, any funerals? Is there anything happening?
I am Peach Fuzz, or I'm out of drag Anthony. I have a bunch of different hustles, drag being one of the main ones, and a huge source of income and a huge source of joy in my life right now. So yeah, that's what I do. The funny thing is, the question people ask the most is like, what's your character? Like, people who are new to the world of drag are like, what's your character in drag? What's your persona? And for me, it's kind of funny because I don't necessarily put on a character for the entire time that I'm in drag. I'm Anthony, but I feel like the way I explain it, it's like more of Anthony's female energy coming out, like more of my like recall of like female people in my life who like are my influences. Like, I say that I'm the drunk aunt at the party who should never be on the microphone because she'll never let it go.
It's true.
Yeah, and like that is just women in my life who like have stuck in my head and who have like helped me form whatever the character that Peach Fuzz is. Nothing alphabet at all.
Yeah, I really don't have anything to
Because I'm still standing stuck in the stuff on these steps. Gonna run along and avoid the collision. Only don't care, I'll be better off there where there's nothing to choose.
Shut up and sit down.
For me, I view drag as performative activism. Drag is existence within a liminal space of femininity and vulnerability where you actually become dominant. Everyone pretends to love a strong woman until they're confronted by one. And a lot of what I do in drag, especially as a non-binary person not identifying like as a cis male, I look at drag as the place where I can take strong femininity and use it to change people's minds, to tell stories, and to push the agenda of those who don't have voices.
Yeah, and I think that's really important as well, the fact that drag, whether you like it or not, is a political statement as well. And it's just like you coming out from the dressing room onto the stage. It's like you're telling a story literally just by walking from A to B, because what you wear is how you vote. So like everything that you do, everything that you put on, every like comment or word that you say to anyone else, it shows the world who you are and what story you have to tell.
For our last show in about, I don't know, 45 minutes, we'll be back soon to entertain you in different outfits, different mindsets, maybe different personalities if you're lucky. Who knows, we might snap. You never know what you're going to get here at the Imperial. So make sure if you take any photos...
Sometimes when you live life, especially as a queer person, you disassociate, you look around at your existence and your friends and your life, and everything is, like, it's still very intense to live as a queer person, even in today's society. Even just the fact that our rights and our lives are still being debated publicly all the time. I find myself all the time with blinkers on, and I'm like, I'll go do the groceries. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'll check the list. And when you're in drag, there's no list to check. Drag is the armor that when those doors open and there's 10,000 angry, like snarling dogs and bats and ferocious, like angry white cis straight men, I feel like I have a weapon to use against them. And I feel like for the first time as a disenfranchised queer person in today's world, I feel like I have power.
I just really feel that people think, oh, I've seen RuPaul's Drag Race, I know everything about drag. Not the case. I was like, but we can't all be like RuPaul paying $30,000 an episode for your makeup, hair, styling, and all that. Some of us do it ourselves. Take that, RuPaul. But I think people think that we think more highly of ourselves just because we are this persona.
Drag Race just like exploded onto TV and everyone suddenly has more of a sense of understanding of what it is because it's in front of you. But like we call them race chasers, like people who only think that Drag Race is the be all and the end all, and that's just not it. Like it's so many other forms of expression.
I know that this hype around drag isn't going to last forever, and I anticipate a very short period of time it's going to die down and all of a sudden it's not going to be the big thing anymore. Yep. I think when it dips under the surface and it becomes less visible again, people like us will still be on these kind of stages.